It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll watch the Phoenix Suns in this one as they go up against the Spurs in San Antonio. Checking out the Spurs, once again they find themselves among the Western Conference's top teams, currently in fourth place, not far from where they finished a year ago. And guys, when people talk about the Spurs, they talk about consistency, from the front office to the coaching staff to the effort on the floor. Take a guy like LaMarcus Aldridge. He embodies that, doesn't he, Kenny?
Yes, he does. He's got great scoring. He's got great footwork in the block. The art of the mid-range jump shot is still there, but he can pick and pop and pick and roll, Shaq.
You know, he always finds a way to impact the game with his shot. When he's on like Texas barbecue, Ernie.
Ooh, Texas barbecue.
That wraps it up from here. Thanks for joining us.
I'm hungry.
We'll see you later.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Looking at the last game for the Phoenix Suns, it was a win against Denver.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
Never really perfect on the offensive end, and probably one or two possessions they'd love to have back, but on the whole, a tremendous synergy on offense.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, when Devin Booker's father finished his playing career in Europe, Devin, who was then 15, moved from Michigan to Mississippi to train with him. Devin said it was a culture shock, but it was the best decision I ever made. I was a student of the game, but I never understood the grind. He instilled that, and it stuck with me. Kevin?
And that kind of toughness is crucial to have at a young age. Thanks, DA. Now about halfway through the season, Brent, some teams looking great, but we still have a long way to go. We're talking about an 82-game schedule that is meant to put teams and players really to a full test.
Yeah, it's really something. I oftentimes find myself, Kevin, looking back after 14 years of playing at a team's schedule for an upcoming season, and I scratch my head and I go, wow, I used to do that? I mean, that's not easy to do.
It's very difficult. I agree. And the Spurs start out with the ball. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for the Suns, Chris and Chandler are up front. Booker the 2 and Jackson the 3, the up-and-coming wing pair. And it's Payton in at the 1. The drive by Booker. Nice D from Ginobili. And San Antonio has possession, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And in part because I just thought they came out flat in that game and could never recover, just not their best effort.
You could see the coach trying a few different rotations in that game, shaking things up, trying to get something going, but nothing was working.
Just 2 to shoot. And it's off the back rim, no good. Spurs on defense. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Jackson. Out to Chris. Booker outside. Another shot. And Gasol sends it back.
Gasol did not stop moving his hands there, especially as the shot was going up. Always going to be right there to send anything back if it's close.
Now here's Mills. He's coming off a 10-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Now here's Booker following the miss by LaMarcus Aldridge. Ginobili dishes to Murray. Aldridge with a screen on Payton. Gasol kicks to Ginobili. The dish to Aldridge. Over Chris. Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
You just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Jackson, that's good.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Gasol passes to Ginobili. Back to Gasol. Gasol setting the pick for Murray. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
A nice shot by Booker.
And if Booker has the defense on him inside, he can still deliver. He doesn't let that get to him.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Murray. Pass to Aldridge. 18 feet out. No good off the front iron.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
And right now, the game plan seems to be working.
It looks like this team has finally gotten into the club and found its rhythm, trying their best to pull away.
Now here's Mills. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Aldridge a screen. Now here's Mills. Guarded closer. Over Payton. Shots good by Mills.
Well, he lacks some size and some strength, but Mills creative in the inside to finish that one.
Booker outside. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol.
Now, those are the kind of shots you like him taking. Even though he missed it, the offense will take those.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Spurs.
And they featured a pretty balanced attack. A good mix of the inside and the outside game. There was just no way to come at them defensively because they were so good at adapting to the situation.
Suns leading by 5. Payton dishes to Booker. Kicks it to Chandler. Chandler a screen from downtown. Chris can't hit. And Josh Jackson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And with these new player tracking cameras, you see some very interesting numbers. The Spurs, one of the lowest teams in terms of pace and fast break points. And yet, they're one of the top teams, Brent, in average speed and distance travel. How do you explain that?
Well, what they do, Kevin, is every time down the court, they set up their offense and they run through their options. And that could be very frustrating for anybody who's trying to defend it. They're waiting within a 24-second shot clock to have 1 or 2 defenders relax, get lazy, and as soon as they do, the Spurs take advantage of it.
Here's Payton. That's tipped. They get it back. Chris can't hit. Spurs trail by 7. Murray with it. 17 points for him last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Ginobili kicks to Aldridge. Back to Ginobili. From the arc. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
And here's Mills for 3. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
For all the strides he's made in other parts of his game, Mills remains at his heart a dead-eye three-point shooter.
Now here's Payton. He's covered by Murray. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. Take a look at the Spurs. They're fourth in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season. And, of course, Phoenix. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
And right now for Phoenix, they weren't part of the discussion of teams on the rise as we came into the year. And now, quite frankly, we know why. If anything, they've taken a step back.
There's still some chances to find some positives as the season comes to an end. Even if it's not a playoff spot, just some kind of forward momentum heading into the offseason.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
A lot of this is just poor effort right now. He knows what the timing of the play should be. He gets a little lazy about what it could be.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Mills. And Parker's subbed in for DeJounte Murray. Ulis passes to Warren. And Ulis has it in the corner. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Spurs trail by 6. Green kicks to Ginobili. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili.
A super high percentage shot from Aldridge there. Layups work.
Phoenix is gone. Just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Ulis dishes to Len. Over in the corner, Warren. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Warren's got his first basket. The Spurs shooting a mere 25% from the floor in this first quarter. Pass to Gasol. He dishes it to Ginobili. Rejected by Len. Here's Jackson. And that one is off. Excellent D there from Parker.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And it's Aldridge, top of the key. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Now, here's Ulis, covered by Parker. Warren, the pass to Len. Ulis kicks to Jackson. Rejected by Ginobili. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. A different look now for San Antonio. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Anderson in for Manu Ginobili. And for the Suns, Jared Dudley's checked in for Jackson. And it's Troy Daniels in for Devin Booker. And Rudy Gay suffered the injury last season, but was still a wanted man when free agency rolled around, Greg, and San Antonio got him.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs made a big offer for him, and Gay felt it was the right fit. Interesting to see how his role develops in San Antonio this year. Still, there's a feeling that he's got a lot left in the tank.
Dudley's shot is good.
And the D just a step slow, reacting to the step back.
Parker dishes to Green. Gay outside. They set the screen. And that one comes up a bit short.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Now, here's Warren. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And Anderson has it in the corner. Laverne passes to Green. And Anderson kicks to Laverne. Spurs passing it around. The drive by Green. Len grabs the board.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Daniels with it, guarded by Green. Daniels dishes to Len. Now here's Ulis. Tight defense on him. The three from Dudley. San Antonio with the rebound. And now here comes Gay leading the break. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
And Gay is superb at knowing where to run to in the open floor. A clever forward who finds ways to score in the fast break.
Now here's Len. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Spurs trail by 3. A minute 20 left in the first quarter of the game. Parker kicks to Gay. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. Some teams live and die by the 3. Let's check out the best. In the third spot, the Spurs.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
And here is Ulis. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game, and the shot is good.
Oh, great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be.
Now here's Parker. He's coming off a 10-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And when you give Parker room to work his magic down inside, he knows how to finish with style.
Here's Ulis. Dudley with his screen for Ulis. Over in the corner, Warren. Here's Daniels. Hits the three-point bomb. Daniels has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now Parker. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Clock at 6. Fires from the line. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Yeah, the mid-range jump shot is just automatic from Parker, especially when he gets the room to fire.
Ulis kicks to Daniels. No good from outside. And so the first quarter is in the books. Suns lead by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And the Gasol brothers, Pau, talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and I'm proud of what he's become as a basketball player and as a man.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way two of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become two of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Especially when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers. I mean, they traded him to Memphis for his brother. And that does all seem like fiction, doesn't it?
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
Cleaning the glass. I mean, right from the jump. And that really helped them to set the tone.
I think you said it. If you start off playing physical, Greg, there's kind of the attention of the referees and the opponent that you're coming at them all night long.
Parker and Green are the guard set. Rudy Gay is out there with Anderson. And it's Laverne in at the 5. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. And he knocks down the first one. Brent, each coach has his strengths and they've got weaknesses. But if you needed someone to draw up a play to get you one bucket out of a timeout, who are some of the names you turn to?
I think I'm going to turn to Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, possibly James Harden, because 2 points can happen after a free throw, right, Kev? So
yes.
I could get James Harden to the line. And then one LeBron James. That's not a bad list of guys to turn to if I need 2 points.
Absolutely. And then what coach would you have draw up that play?
If I don't say Pop, my life will cease to exist. I will say Greg Popovich in late game situations does a marvelous job. Not only, Kevin, of getting the ball to the guy that he wants potentially to get the game winner, but to have options and to make sure that that player sees those options in case something breaks down.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Spurs' Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works, and beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years.
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
It's hard to imagine a team playing faster than Houston or Golden State, but the Suns actually do that. They push the pace. Phoenix, the second highest paced team in the league last season. This team, like many other Suns teams, wants to get out and run up and down, use those young legs to find scoring opportunities.
And he's good on the second. And Brent, talking about pace and the Suns, of course, they're great teams in the 7 seconds or less era. What was it like playing against that kind of team?
It was incredible to watch Steve Nash operate in the pick and roll like a surgeon. Anytime you gave up something on the weak side or were 2 or 4 feet away from a spot on the floor you needed to be, Steve would take advantage of that, and Amari Stoudemire would be dunking on your head. Not all that fun. But guess what, Kevin? We did end up beating them.
And San Antonio has possession. Phoenix able to drain the three. Gay, that drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists tonight.
Gotta admire the fast release of Gay. Once he has the ball in his hands, he's looking to shoot.
Now, here's Warren. Ulis passes to Warren. Gay with the defensive effort. Spurs trail by 3. He kicks it to Parker. Gay dishes to Parker. Anderson the screen. Off the pick. And again, it's Rudy Gay. Gay's got 6.
Love watching Gay stroke it from there. His in-between game is strong. Measures it perfectly.
Now here's Dudley. 11 points for him in that last game against the Nuggets in Denver. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Suns lead by 3.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Parker kicks to Green. Down low, here's Anderson. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Anderson's inside game reminiscent of an old teammate of his, Boris Diaw, patient in the post around the rim.
Up top, Warren, stolen by Anderson. Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone. And they take the lead. He has 6.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. And Phoenix has possession following the bucket by the Spurs. Ulis passes to Warren. There's the feed to Daniels. 5 on the clock. Got a piece of it.
That's a great effort on defense. He definitely rushed his shot a little bit down low.
Parker outside. It doesn't go for him. And Phoenix will come the other way. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. We'll start a 3-game homestand with that game.
And nicely done. Running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
The Suns have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Laverne. Mills comes in for Danny Green. And Murray subbed in for Parker. free throw good from Daniels.
Well, the Spurs system hasn't changed through the years, but certainly some things being more emphasized than others. You had the post attack, certainly with Tim Duncan and David Robinson, and then it shifted to the drive and kick style with Manu and Tony Parker. And now they're back to playing the mid-range game with Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Anderson the screen. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession.
And a moment now to see the stats for Anderson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. It's tipped and stolen by Aldridge. Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone. Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. 5th, Tyson Chandler.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
Well, you can pretty much count it when they get the ball down low like that. You got to give them credit for working hard to get themselves open. Their percentages certainly wouldn't be as high as they are if they couldn't knock down those open 15-footers.
That free throw missing. So, Brent, certain players are known for getting into people's heads. Who is a guy you played against that really challenged your mental toughness?
I'll give you 2 examples, Kevin. As an opponent, I would tell you that Vernon Maxwell was one of the less cerebral and more in-your-face aggressive players that I ever faced as an opponent. But on the flip side of that, Kevin, there were guys I played with that sometimes would challenge you mentally. In particular, one Gary Payton in Seattle. Always interesting to see how he approached the game, and sometimes even his own teammates.
But you always welcome the challenge, I'm sure.
Well, I take it head on. I mean, that's what guys do. They're paid to compete. Man, it seemed like Marquise Chris was not going to be denied, and he wasn't.
Spurs trail by 3. Murray dishes to Gasol. There's the pass to Mills. He feeds it to Aldridge. Gasol on the high post. Good looking screen by Gasol. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot's good by Mills.
Dangerous in the catch and shoot. When Mills sets his feet, has great balance, he's tough to stop.
Payton outside. Chandler a screen. Payton kicks to Chandler. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. They get Paul Gasol.
Always tough to work the closer you get to the basket. Nice job of finding an angle on the pass there.
Well, you know exactly what you're getting with Chandler at this point of his career.
Well, Chandler, one of the few guys in the league who was drafted while I was still playing, Kevin. I guess I'm getting old, but not quite as agile defensively as he used to be, but still a guy who barks out orders from behind, a great locker room leader, and takes the time to help these young guys know what it takes to be a professional.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Now here's Murray, covered by Payton. Gasol, a screen on Jackson. Ginobili kicks to Aldridge. Left side Gasol. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in.
With Gasol's length, sometimes, Kevin, that can be deceptively quick when you extend out there. The D can't do anything about that catch-and-shoot jumper.
Now here's Payton. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Nuggets in Denver. Jackson gets the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And here's Mills after Josh Jackson hitting the 3. Aldridge, the pass to Murray. Feeds to Mills. Ginobili gets a wide open look, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Dishes it to Jackson. Chandler outside. Chris with it. Aldridge is there. Chris can't hit. And it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Spurs trail by 4. to the paint. Here's Ginobili.
And I just love watching Jackson compete on defense. Skilled and athletic. He's a guy who wreaks havoc with his activity.
Chandler with a screen for Booker. Left side Chandler. And stolen by Murray. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Here's Mills on up the court. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton.
And let's check out the stats for Chris. Over the last month, getting it done. 18th in steals, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And yeah, he's one of the better steal guys in the league, constantly getting his hands in there. As a ball handler, you have to respect him at all times. Now here's Booker. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Nuggets in Denver. It's good from about 19 feet. Booker's got his third basket of the night.
Booker shooting the ball immediately off the pass. Defense, really no chance.
Ginobili against Jackson. With a floater. No good from Ginobili.
I've not seen him shoot this poorly, guys, in a game this season.
Chandler a screen. For three, Booker. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Yeah, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
Now here's Murray. He's covered closely. Now here's Gasol. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. 2 points. That one goes. 7 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Now here's Payton. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. For 3, Booker. That one's in. Only his 4th make against 9 total shots.
Yeah, he's had bad first quarters before and has dug himself out. Here's another one tonight.
Aldridge with a screen on Payton. Here's Murray. That one no good. Nice D from Chandler. Right side Jackson. Passes it to Payton. Chandler a screen. Payton dishes to Booker. Jackson in the corner. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Scoring has never been an issue for Booker, but as he grows into a bigger role, Brent, on this team, you'll want him to do more than just score.
Of course, a remarkable shooter. You'd like his shot selection to get better. But you'll wonder, as this team grows and grows around what Devin Booker has in terms of his potential, where it is that he can go.
Free throw good, Booker.
Devin Booker is flat out a scoring machine. He shoots a pretty decent percentage from everywhere on the floor.
No good on the second free throw. Brent, all things being equal, do you like the idea of sending everyone to the defensive glass to avoid giving away second chance points, or do you like leaking a guy or two out in transition, hoping for the best?
I don't think the leak out is a good idea at all, Kevin. You got to have 5 guys attentive to any possession. Most coaches in the NBA will tell you that a possession is not a stop until you collect the defensive rebound.
And here is Murray following the three-pointer from Elfrid Payton. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted with Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA.
On defense, the Suns, they lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Aldridge a screen. And Mills kicks to Murray. Got a piece of it.
And Chris rises up, and is he playing volleyball, Kevin? He just spiked that one away.
Phoenix has gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Payton passes to Booker. Out to Chris. From deep. A rebound by the Spurs. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And last season, the Suns broke their franchise record for the youngest starting 5 the team has ever put on the court on multiple occasions.
Yeah, and with those young lineups, you could see the benefits, but also the concerns. I mean, they got a lot of extended looks at young players, and this team figures to have a bright future. But let's face it, there were some inconsistent stretches because of that youth. It's always difficult for a young group to learn how to become efficient and effective in the half court.
Here's Payton following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Booker outside. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 6 assists now in the game.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Now here's Laverne. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Murray kicks to Mills. Gasol, a screen on Booker. Just 5 to shoot. Mills can't hit.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities, and the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
Payton right side. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Here's Dudley. Laverne grabs the miss.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
Now here's Mills. He's got 8. Good looking screen by Gasol. Laverne dishes to Murray. Second shot opportunity. It's deflected, and it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A different look now for San Antonio. Gay comes in for Pau Gasol, and Parker subbed in for Murray. And for the Suns, Lenz checked in for Chandler. Warren comes in for Marquise Chris, and it's Troy Daniels in for Devin Booker. Dudley against Ginobili. Here's Parker. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Payton. Phoenix leading by 8. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He misses the free throw. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Spurs. Green comes in for Patty Mills. And he sinks the second. Spurs trail by 9. There's 18 seconds left here in the second. Here's Parker. 5 points in the game. There's the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Anderson the screen. From deep. Gay. That one's not going to go. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Elfrid Payton. EP, you saw the floor and found the open man in the first half. What's enabled you to create all those opportunities?
Just trying to get into the paint. Defense collapsing, and the guys are doing the hard job of making the shots. So.
Well, it's a team effort, Elfrid. Thanks a lot for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Devin Booker putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points and 1 assist. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Suns.
Well, they've been playing with some toughness, and it's led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. And now they need to stay mean, Ernie. You cannot lose that edge in the second half.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
We come back to San Antonio now with a look at the world-famous Riverwalk with its restaurants and boats and nightclubs and people. Lots going on. The second half just about to get going here. Here's who Earl Watson is starting the second half with. Booker the 2 and Jackson the 3, the up-and-coming wing pair. Chris and Chandler are up front, and it's Payton in at the point.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Booker right side. There's a screen by Chris. Mills with the steal.
Yeah, a fourth turnover there. That's just a rough, sloppy game.
Here's Murray. And Jackson with the block.
And Jackson is an impressive defender, using his huge wingspan to turn away shots.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kawhi Leonard has become a go-to scorer, but his focus still starts at the defensive end. He said, my mindset is the same every game. Whoever I'm playing against, I go in and try to stop their best scorer and then try to get myself going on the offensive end. Kevin?
And David, that's what you get with Kawhi. Mr. Consistency, one of the best two-way players in the game.
That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight. How about the Spurs clinching their 20th straight playoff appearance last season? An amazing run, more than twice as long as the next active streak, and the longest streak in the league was the Sixers from 1950 to 1971. I think the Spurs are going to get past them.
One shot.
That's good from Payton. And Greg Popovich tied for the longest streak of consecutive playoff appearances by a head coach.
Well, how about 18 straight 50-win seasons for Pop? Just a remarkable run of tremendous success, where you could look at maybe 5 or 6 other opportunities where the San Antonio Spurs could have won another NBA title. You realize young DeJounte Murray was still in diapers the last time that they won less.
And it's Aldridge missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Got a piece of it. Gasol with the steal.
TO number 5 for him in the game, and that's way too high of a number for any one play.
Good looking screen by Gasol. Ginobili. Chandler with the block.
Chandler takes his defense seriously. That's what he gets paid for, utilizing his outstanding length to stifle shooters.
Now here's Payton. 7 points in the game. Here's Booker. Jackson in the corner. Chandler kicks to Jackson. For three, Booker. San Antonio with the rebound. Aldridge has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Spurs trail by 8. Inside, here's Gasol. Lays it up off the glass. Gasol's got 8 points.
Gasol is an accomplished scorer on the inside. Tall, long, crafty, smart. Should I go on?
And now here's Chris. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. The dish to Murray. Stolen by Jackson. The finish and the dunk by Jackson.
Jackson, there was no finesse on that one. Superb athlete who likes to punish the rim.
Spurs have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Ginobili the pass to Murray. Back to Ginobili. Gasol dishes to Aldridge. Aldridge with a screen on Booker. Goes up off the pick and fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. LaMarcus Aldridge standing 6'11", tall for the power forward position.
He's got the size advantage on most defenders and a devastating ability to shoot a turnaround jumper, especially over the left shoulder from the mid-range. So a great and capable scorer.
First free throw is good.
Last time the Suns saw postseason basketball was back in 2010. This team knows that the next step for them in the rebuilding process is to get back to competitive level of play. These Suns fans are certainly not used to not seeing postseason basketball in the desert.
Tyler Ulis has checked in for Peyton. Both shots good from the stripe. And the Suns, they've had so much success as a franchise, Brent, for so long. This is actually their longest playoff drought in team history.
Yeah, they've had a ton of playoff consistency, and they were unlucky to not ever have won a title, especially during the years with Steve Nash and Amar'e Stoudemire, and when Grant Hill was added to that roster. Great talent and a great style under Mike D'Antoni. All those teams came up a little bit short. Now they've got a young roster that's trying to get back to try and experience and taste what it's like to be in those kind of games.
Murray kicks to Ginobili. And it's off from three-point range.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And the shot goes down. And now it's a 10-point Suns lead.
Chandler's so good at finishing over defenders, helps when the big guys keep the ball high.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And the Spurs last season, how about setting the all-time record for consecutive winning seasons with 20? This is a group that's won 50 or more games in every one of those seasons except the strike-shortened one in '99.
And Greg, for the Spurs, they're so competitive. It's inevitable. They just win year after year.
Yeah, but that big three of Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, the all-time winningest trio in the history of our league, had a lot to do with it. And as that era comes to an end, they're doing a terrific job of just picking up new star talent without skipping a beat.
Now here's Jackson.
Oh, yikes! Look out below! About that finish. Whew. And how about the ferocity on that one? He is a force to be reckoned with, an absolute vicious dunker.
Nice shot by Ginobili.
Oh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
Phoenix leading by 10. Ulis with it. And it's Chris in the corner. Over Aldridge. Chris can't hit.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Ginobili dishes to Murray. Ginobili sends a screen for Murray. Good looking screen by Gasol. Chris with the rebound. Chris has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Ulis kicks to Jackson. Pass to Chris. Back to Jackson. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
I tell you, at 6'8", Jackson is a more than capable scorer on the inside. Great at getting close to the rim and just finishing with the soft touch.
Now here's Mills. 8 points for him. 5 to shoot. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Here's Aldridge. No good on the shot. So Phoenix will take it the other way.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And more, it's looking like Devin Booker, the 13th pick in the 2015 draft, is going to be one of the biggest steals of that draft class.
And he's one that all GMs are looking at, and they wish they could have a redo. I mean, Booker was very young when he entered the draft, and some teams maybe shied away from that. But clearly he's shown that he could be one of the best players in that class.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Well, you know what this Suns team wants to do when they go up against you. They are looking to get out in the open floor and get easy baskets off transition. One of the best teams in the league when it comes to capitalizing on the break.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Phoenix also making some changes. Alex Len's checked in for Chandler. TJ Warren comes in for Marquise Chris. And it's Troy Daniels in for Jackson. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Parker. And in general, this Suns team looks to push the tempo, Greg, and play at a very high pace whenever they can.
You know, if you look over the history of the franchise, they've always been at their best when they played that style. The Suns and that running gun mentality just seem to go hand in hand, and I think also it happens to work well with the athletes that are presently on this roster.
And here is Parker following TJ Warren's 3. Parker passes to Gay, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 4 assists now tonight.
And I like the energy of Gay, especially inside. He's incredible at getting to his spots in the paint.
Now here's Ulis. Here's Daniels. Off target with his 3.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
And they pick up 2. And it's 9 points for Tony Parker.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Booker kicks to Len. Pass to Ulis. Kicks it out to Booker. From outside, off the mark.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Suns leading by 11. Gay with the block.
You got to respect those long arms of Gay. I mean, superb at swatting shots away with those big hands.
Parker's shot is off.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
Booker dishes to Ulis. There's the triple. He can't hit that time. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Troy Daniels. That's his first foul. Jared Dudley's checked in for Booker.
Start it.
So Greg Popovich going to take a timeout right here and talk to his team.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Now here's Parker. 9 points in the game so far. There's a screen from deep. Gay. And no good.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play. Well, I have no idea how he made that, but hey, sometimes a little bit of luck helps.
Parker kicks to Gay. Green, the pass to Parker. Gay dishes to Parker. Len grabs the board. Len's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Warren kicks to Ulis. From about 19 feet, Dudley, no luck.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Spurs passing it around. Screen by Parker. Kicks to Anderson. They set the screen. Gay left side. 6 to shoot. They grab their own miss. And Laverne throws it down.
And Laverne really hustles for rebounds. Got to know where he is at all times.
And here is Ulis. He has 6. Warren kicks to Daniels. 18 feet out. And the call will be against Alex Len. That's his first foul. Payton, he's checked in for the Suns. Spurs trail by 11. You know, Brent, the one thing we've seen from Coach Earl Watson is that he has a very good working relationship with his roster. His players have always said they have the trust of their coach.
Well, that's the key buzzword for what it is that Earl Watson wants to do with this young ball club, is that he wants to grow as they grow, and he wants to know that at all times Earl Watson has their back. He wants them to have the kind of success in the league that is going to afford them everything that they want, and he never shies away about talking about those things.
Here's Gay, following the basket by T.J. Warren, and with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Gay. Well, Phoenix shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Payton kicks to Warren. Len, a screen. Daniels with it, working on Green. And there's Daniels. That's good on the assist by Warren.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
Parker kicks to Gay. Green against Warren. Stolen by Warren. On the wing, Daniels fires for 3, and the 3 ball is good. Daniels has got 5 points now this quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Anderson the screen. Warren against Parker. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Parker's got 11.
Well, even with the defense right in his face, Parker's just in his comfort zone down inside with that look.
Payton outside. He dishes it to Len. The shot will not fall.
Well, important to get great balance if you get bumped on your way to the basket. Still something that every player tries to get comfortable with.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Suns ahead, leading by 14. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
But don't stop the aggressiveness. Here we go. You got shots, let them fly.
And that's the thing about Greg Popovich. As long as you're taking good shots, he doesn't want you to hesitate, doesn't want you to stop.
Well, and the offense is designed to create opportunities. So if you pass up the opportunity, you're kind of defeating the whole purpose of the exercise.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Parker and Green are the guard set. Anderson is out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Laverne in at the 5. Home in the paint. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's Parker. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And Alex Len, the 5th overall pick from the 2013 draft, is with all young centers, Brent. He took some time to adjust to the league.
Well, he will turn 25 years old during the season, so you wonder if Phoenix's style of play is something that ends up winning out rather than what Alex Len provides for you in terms of his size, his ability down low to block shots and maybe score some points. But he's a center that still has potential.
Gay outside, lets it go from deep. That shot no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And the Suns lead by 19. For San Antonio, they've gotten off to a rough start in the 4th quarter here, going 0 for 4 so far. Aldridge a screen. Murray the pass to Aldridge. Looking to get back on track here. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Suns leading by 19 points. Payton dishes to Jackson. Back to Payton. Outside Jackson. Here's Chandler. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
They set the screen. Stolen by Jackson. And here we go. Payton heading to the hoop. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Over the decades, the way the league has grown, phenomenal. Due in no small part to the leadership. Brent, what are some of the key traits you've seen of these 2 great NBA commissioners?
I think the one thing about both David Stern and Adam Silver that they have done a great job with is that they're approachable. There doesn't seem to be a time, at least in an NBA player's career, where they don't feel like they could either call the office and within maybe a day or 2 hear from somebody from the league office. But the fact that both David Stern and Adam Silver find their way out to arenas throughout the regular season, come to see every team, that approachability, I think, far and away sets those 2 gentlemen aside.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. And both free throws good for Payton.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Well, you love the fearless, aggressive attitude. Doesn't let size matter.
Well, he also has that innate ability to just create enough separation. That's a nice move.
The feed to Chandler. Gasol with the steal. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. Gets a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback. Murray's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, he plays with a bit of a sixth sense around the offensive glass. Perfect position for the easy tip-in.
Payton outside. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Payton. Over Murray. The shot by Payton, no good. Spurs trail by 19. Murray kicks to Ginobili. Mills passes to Murray. Back to Mills. Aldridge a screen. And he's going up for the alley-oop. The alley-oop layup, very well done.
Well, this is something he's working on. A good natural leader from the point guard position wants to help out by becoming a better facilitator.
Dudley dishes to Chandler. He kicks it to Payton. Back to Chandler. Just 4 to shoot. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
Maybe he's not the most aggressive defender or the most physical, but Aldridge does have mobility. That time he sends it back.
The Suns making a switch here. Booker's checked in. There's a screen by Chris. And the Suns miss again.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
And Mills kicks to Gasol. That one bounces around and comes back out. Phoenix leading by 17. Here's Booker. Rebounded by the Spurs. Ginobili's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And the pass to Murray. Aldridge a screen. Lets it go from deep. Chris with the rebound.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Murray with it. Now Payton defending. Aldridge a screen. Murray kicks to Ginobili. Good on the triple.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter, even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter. Will that make right there? That could change things.
Booker in the corner. Looking to end the drought, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, you got to like seeing Devin Booker be aggressive, especially when he's shooting the ball, easily earning the foul that time.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. He hits both from the stripe. Spurs trail by 16. Now Murray. He feeds it to Gasol. Ginobili outside. Dishes to Aldridge. Just 5 on the clock. Rebound by the Suns. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. It's Jackson with the drive. Left side Chandler. Feeds it to Booker. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Devin Booker is such a natural and gifted scorer. Even when he gets hit on that play, he stays in control with that shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Booker. Spurs trail by 19. Now here's Mills. Passes it to Aldridge. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 11 rebounds. Chandler a screen. Payton passes to Booker. Jackson in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
And Chandler sends it back. Chris in the post. Aldridge is covering. Kicks it out to Booker. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Here's Mills. Chandler with the defensive effort.
It looked like he wanted no part of that. Superb defense there, really making it tough on him.
Count that one. Jackson's got 10 points here in the second half.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Murray kicks to Ginobili. The dish to Gasol. Inside. Here's Aldridge. Drilled from 11 feet out. Aldridge has got 4 this quarter.
Well, whether he's wide open or a hand in his face, Aldridge is built to rack up points with a jump shot.
Payton kicks to Chris. Pass to Jackson. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Over Chris, and it's San Antonio with another.
That's where Aldridge burns defenses repeatedly. His mid-range game is so advanced and so polished, evidenced by that shot there.
Booker rebounds San Antonio. Gasol's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Ginobili with the 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now the Suns take it the other way.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
Chris with it. Pass to Jackson. For 3. Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
Ginobili with the 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Booker with it. Picked up by Ginobili. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Tony Parker's checked in for DeJounte Murray. And Phoenix also making a switch. Warren's checked in.
One shot.
Well, he's putting his game right in the face of the defense right now and just driving into the paint to get contact.
Kicks it to Ginobili. Aldridge a screen. Ginobili against Warren. Ginobili dishes to Aldridge. Over Warren. Aldridge can't get it to go.
Gotta make those shots. Not sure how he missed it. The defense was just okay.
Jackson kicks to Booker, and there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game. Spurs trail by 20. San Antonio calls timeout. And with the emergence of Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a secondary scorer in San Antonio. Brent, how do you like him in that role?
Well, I think that's where LaMarcus Aldridge really fits best, even in his time in Portland with the tremendous offensive output he had as one of the Blazers' greatest of all time. He's sometimes not leaned upon as being the primary scorer, even though that low block basically belongs to LaMarcus Aldridge.
And now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just torn them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
Aldridge with a screen on Booker. Here's Mills, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Tyson Chandler. A Brent for college players who decide to stay in school for their junior and senior years. In some cases, it's been hurting their draft stock. Sometimes it helps. Can you talk about why we see a difference in the two?
I think what happens, Kevin, is that in any given collegiate season, that next year, there's another opportunity for a brand new crop of players, maybe not the star guys that are going into college as freshmen, but guys who just played their freshman year or in their sophomore season, take their next step. And so guys who are juniors and seniors might be looked at as not advancing fast enough or not as much potential, with guys a year behind them being better players.
And both free throws good for Mills.
The Australian-born Patty Mills, former second-round pick. Who knew Mills would someday win an NBA championship? Well, the Spurs did.
The drive by Jackson, lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Jackson's got 14 points here in the second half.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Spurs trail by 20. Parker outside. Out to the right wing. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Here's Parker. Outside Gasol. Spurs passing it around. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
That's like milk on a hot day, just a bad decision. Absolutely no reason for him to be taking those shots.
Payton passes to Jackson. To the inside. Chandler, no good. San Antonio's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. It's tipped. The drive by Booker. Chandler, great positioning on the putback.
Chandler has had some years where you would consider him one of the most elite rebounders in the league. Uses his height that time to snag the board.
Ginobili kicks to Aldridge. Aldridge a screen. Aldridge with a screen on Payton. Here's Parker, and Chandler sends it back.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Phoenix.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And really, they finally got something good to happen against this team. The last 2 games they faced them weren't nearly as productive.
The feed to Gasol. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Aldridge, the basket on the assist by Gasol.
Gotta love the overall court awareness. Gasol always knows when there's a wide open teammate ready to shoot, and sometimes makes a dribble to set defenders up before delivering.
Booker right side from deep. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. And San Antonio has possession. Here's Ginobili. Good D by Booker.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
And here is Payton. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.